Good afternoon, good evening, good day, and welcome to our business neutral training. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the dulcet sounds and tones of David Guinn. David, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Liu. I appreciate it. And I want to welcome everybody to tonight's training. We will be around for Des Alps a little bit after that. And I guess we'll start out. Is there anybody new here tonight that's never been to one of our trainings? If you are brand new, just put us a 1 in the chat and let us know. And then after we go over just a little bit of training, I think tonight's topic is going to be mindset, because I think it's kind of important. Mindset. 1 for training. Is that Aline? Thank you, Aline, for that. Appreciate it. Go ahead and get my screen share and let's get started. Screen share is not turned on. You may have to make me a co-host. Mr. Liu, you may have to make me a co-host.
You got it.
Margaret, thank you. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do what you told me to do earlier and get this thing going and see if this worked. Everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you're having the same issues before. Something covering up the bottom right corner. We can't see that on our side.
Bottom right corner. I don't see anything down there.
Right. So
Can
trying
you
to remember
see
what that
that?
was in the past.
I don't know, sir.
How many do you have more than one screen?
I do.
Okay. Try
Is
to
that what it is, maybe?
move your sharing screen to the other screen and share that. I mean, move your sharing
Okay.
content. So you're gonna have to stop sharing.
Where are we at? Here we go.
No, it's okay. Where's the little thing you use to control Zoom? Is that up top of this current screen?
It's down here at the bottom.
See where it says move this window away from the shared application? It's something on top of it. That right there.
I don't know what it would be. It's the top of the notepad.
Well, that's not a problem. It's what's in the bottom right is the problem.
Okay, here we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. What I want to go over tonight is a little bit about mindset training, because before you can actually build any kind of a home-based business, it all starts with mindset, in my opinion. If you don't have your mind set for that, you're going to fail. Well, what is mindset and why is it important? You see life through your own unique lens. This is your mindset, the assumptions and expectations that you hold about yourself, your life, and the situations around you. Mindsets play a significant role in determining life's outcomes, including building an online or home-based business. So what determines your mindset? Your personality, your inborn traits, your natural strengths, and your natural weaknesses make you more susceptible to adopt and develop certain mindsets. Some mindsets come naturally to you, and others you've got to work hard to develop. Attitude issues oftentimes lead to a bad mindset, resulting in a bad decision, and failure is almost certain. A mindset is a series of self-perceptions or beliefs that people hold about themselves. These determine behavior, outlook, and mental attitude. For example, believing you are either intelligent or unintelligent, or thinking you're ugly or thinking you're handsome, those are opposites. All these things get programmed into your subconscious, in your memory, because your mind is like a computer and you are the programmer of that computer. So what you put in becomes your belief and is your mindset. So let's look at your programming using like a keyboard. Give you an example. When you make a mistake, you can backspace or delete it altogether and reprogram it, right? This represents the growth mindset because there are two different kinds of mindset. There's growth mindset and then there is fixed mindset. Okay. Example of that would be when it relates to business or joining an opportunity. I can't sponsor or recruit anyone, or I have no one to talk to. That is already fixed in your mind. And so you have programmed your subconscious mind and it's difficult and you just can't do it, right? So, what can you do to change your fixed mindset? What you can do is add a three-letter word when you speak out loud or think in your mind, I don't know how to recruit or can't yet, or I don't know how to talk to people yet. I don't just have time yet. I can't seem to figure it out yet. Never be fixed in your mind about those things, okay? If you don't have the time yet, okay, so let's look at this because it's a problem. So, what can you do to free up an hour a day? Get off the TV or maybe limit your scrolling time on Facebook or chatting with others so much? You don't get paid to do those things unless you're doing it to build your home based business. Whatever it seems to be, give it up and make the time. Building a business takes time and sacrifice. So sit down, take a look at what it is that you're doing, keeping you from building an online business, and then come up with a solution. What is a mindset to have? Well, you can have a mindset to live your best life. Always think about doing the right things. You can believe in yourself because if you don't believe in yourself, then who will? You want to take responsibility for your life, own up to your mistakes, and admit it to yourself. Adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset is trying to get better skilled and to learn how to set boundaries. And this is part of the time management and is a growth mindset. So let's talk about some of the characteristics of a growth mindset. You believe that achievements are down to effort, not just inherent talent. You're willing to learn from your mistakes and find value in positive criticism. You believe that your intelligence and ability can be developed. So you're willing to ask questions and admit when you don't know something. All those are growth mindsets. So make these a fixed mindset in your subconscious because you can't change what you refuse to confront. Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together. As the old saying goes, when one door closes, another one opens. Failure should never be an option. Let's talk about a vision mindset. Just like the ocean behind Lou, he said that was his vision board. What do you want the outcome to be? Where do you want to see yourself in the future? This is part of goal setting. Develop yourself a 5-year mindset, vision it, and then never give up on it. What is goal setting? It's the process of identifying what you want to achieve and establish specific, measurable, and attainable objectives to receive that desired outcome, ultimately guiding your actions and motivating you towards success. And you need to write them down and then read them every single day. Mindset's approach is based on the premise that success depends less on what a person knows and much more significantly on how he or she thinks, right? So you'll learn as you go because you have that growth mindset. You're a thinker, and a problem solver. No one should ever have a fixed mindset to fail, but our mindset provide the foundation for resilience, motivation, and meaning in life. So to change your mindset, focus on self-awareness, challenge limiting beliefs, embrace a growth mindset, practice positive self-talk, and surround yourself with supportive people. Bob's talked about this a lot about having a mentor, and I'm sure you've heard his success story about trying everything on his own, and then he finally got a mentor and became successful. So I think everybody needs a mentor. I have a mentor. So never let anyone tell you that you can't. If you have the growth mindset, that will mean nothing to you, right? Identify and challenge limiting beliefs and acknowledge your limiting beliefs. Recognize the thoughts and beliefs that hold you back and then list them out. Question the validity of those and ask yourself if these beliefs are truly accurate or if they're based on assumptions or past experiences. You want to reframe negative thoughts. Replace negative self-talk with positive and empowering affirmations, such as I am capable of achieving my goals and creating the life I want. I believe in myself and my abilities. I am confident in my skills and talents. I am strong, both physically and mentally, and I can overcome any obstacle. I am resilient and can bounce back from setbacks. I am a magnet for positive outcomes and experiences. I am open to new opportunities and possibilities. These are all growth mindsets. And if you'll practice this daily, you won't believe the outcome, okay? Believe in your potential. See challenges as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as threats to your abilities. You want to focus on effort and learning. Embrace the processes of learning and improving rather than fixation on outcomes. Seek feedback and be open to new ideas. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback and learn from others. I do that a lot when I send emails. Just, hey, I'm just writing you today. I just want your feedback. Cultivate positive self-talk. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding you would offer a friend. How often do we beat ourselves up over something? But yet a friend can call you and you're so compassionate and understanding and really want to help that friend. Well, you need to treat yourself with the same compassion. Focus on strengths and accomplishments. Acknowledge your success and build on those strengths. Practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your life and express appreciation for what you have. Surround yourself again with supportive people. Seek out mentors and role models. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and encourage your growth. Build a positive support system. Connect with friends and family who uplift and support you. Limit exposure to negativity. Sometimes you just got to get away. Reduce your exposure to people or situations that drain your energy and undermine your efforts. You want to take action and step outside of your comfort zone. And when I say that, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be the first one to tell you this is like my second live in front of an audience doing this. And it took a lot of courage and a lot of mindset training to get this far. So don't beat me down. You want to set realistic goals. You want to break down large goals into smaller chunks and achievable steps. And you want to challenge yourself regularly. Step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, learn from your mistakes, and view setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Never fear, because there is nothing to fear but fear itself. So, do you really want to be successful? You've got to be hungry. And I want to show you a very motivational speaker named Les Brown that has an amazing story. I'm sure maybe some of you have already watched some of his stuff.
I told Mr. Washington I wanted to become a disc jockey. Someone asked me to tell this story. And he said, Les Brown, he said, if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. And so I started working to develop myself. He said, I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey. I said, but I don't have any job now. He said, it doesn't matter. He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So every day I was working to develop myself. And that's what you must do. And as I was working to develop myself, I applied for a job as a disc jockey, WMBM on Miami Beach. I went to a guy named Milton Butterball. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? I'd like to get a job as a disc jockey. He looked at me, he said, you have any broadcast background? I said, no, sir, I don't. You have any journalism background? I said, no, sir, I don't. He said, we don't have any jobs available. I said, yes, sir. I went back to Mr. Washington and I told him. He said, don't take it personally. He said, most people are so negative, they will have to say no 7 times before they say yes. He said, go back again. So I went back again. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? My name is Les Brown. He said, I know what your name is. What do you want? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you have any jobs as a disc jockey, sir. He said, didn't I just tell you yesterday we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I know whether or not somebody got laid off or somebody was fired, sir. He said, no one was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here. I came back the next day. Hello, Mr. Butterball, how are you? He said, fine, what do you want now? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you got any jobs, sir. Didn't I tell you the last 2 days we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I don't know whether or not somebody got sick or somebody died, sir. He said, no one got sick or died. Now don't come back here and throw me out again. I came back the next day like I was seeing you for the first time. I said, hello, Mr. Butterball, how are you? He looked at me with rage. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. And I went to get him some coffee. After a while, I would get their lunch and dinner, and I would go in the control rooms and take the disc jockeys their food, and I would not leave until they would ask me to leave. Then they started trusting me to pick up entertainers that came to town. Entertainers like the Four Tops and the Temptations and Dinah Ross and the Supremes. I would drive them all over Miami Beach in the disc jockeys' big long Cadillacs. I didn't have any driver's license, but I was driving like I had some. And one day, one Saturday afternoon, while I was at the radio station, a guy named Rock was drinking while he was on the air. I was the only one there, looking at him through the control room windows, walking back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. I was saying, drink, Rock, drink. Drink, Rock. I'd have gone to get him some more if he'd asked me to. Pretty soon the phone rang, and it was the general manager. And I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, Les, this is Mr. Klein. I said, I know. He said, Rock can't finish his program. I said, I know. He said, would you call one of the other DJs in? I said, yes, sir. I hung the phone up. I said, now he must think I'm crazy. I called my mom and my girlfriend, Cassandra. I said, y'all turn up the radio and come out on the front porch. I'm about to come on the air. I waited for about 20 minutes, and I called him back. I said, Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody. He said, young boy, do you know how to work the controls? I said, yes, sir. He said, go in there and don't say nothing here. I said, yes, sir. I couldn't wait to get behind those controls. I put on an old Stevie Wonder record called Fingertips. I sat down behind that turntable. I said, look out, this is me, L.B. Triple P, Les Brown, your platter playing papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only, young and single and love to mingle, certified, bona fide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction, a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man. I was hungry. I was hungry. You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make your dream become reality, the people that are running at their dreams know that it's possible that you can live your dream, that it's necessary, that you're relentless, that you have a plan of action, that you are creative. The people that are living their dream are finding winners to attach themselves to. The people that are living their dreams are the people that know that if it's going to happen, it's up to them. And they're resolving within themselves, it's not over until I win. The people that are running after their dream know they're going to have hard times. They keep on running because they're saying within themselves, I'm the one. I'm the one. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. The people that are running after their dreams are the people that are hungry. Shake somebody's hand on your right and left and say, you got to be hungry. And as you run towards your dream, I want to dedicate this to you that I love very much. I want to thank Dexter and all of you. It's something that I'm known by. It's on our tapes called Choosing Your Future, and it says simply this, that if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish, or gulf, sickness, or pain, or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it. This is Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, Leslie Calvin Brown, saying, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege. Thank you.
Man, that was so inspiring. Did you see the audience that he had? It looked like there was probably 60 or 70,000 people in that stadium. Totally awesome. Totally awesome. Well, Mr. Lou, that's all I have. Did you have anything you'd like to add? I know this is a neutral training, so you don't have to leave. You can still hang around if you want, but I think for myself, that concludes what training we had in store for this evening. Bob and Gary are down in Florida right now on our behalf, and I'll tell you, this is just going to be a huge, huge thing. I'm really excited for all of us.
All right, so that is all of the business training. So if you don't want to hear anything about the group we work with, Des Alps, now's your time to head on out. We don't have a lot of news, but other than if you look in your back office, basically what they've done is they've hired a team of software auditors. So think like the IRS, but they are for coding to make sure everything is properly set up. It's an independent group that's going to come in and audit all the software, make sure it's ready. For another couple of days. They hope to start making payouts at the beginning of next week, middle of next week. Actually, they really avoided saying days because they've been burned so many times and they think everything's ready. And then, oops, something fell, something breaks. So just all I can say is what I got from them is it's coming soon. All the details will be in your back office before they'll be anywhere else. So if you miss a recording or something, if you miss a webinar, go check out your back office. And that's all I have here from beautiful tropical Philadelphia. We're going to hit the high of 51 today. And that's all we have today. So folks, be awesome to each other, be awesome to yourself, and have a great weekend.
Yes, yes. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye.